Welcome to Medical Student Life in Japan, a podcast created by a teacher and a group of medical students at Nara Medical University.
We are a small medical college in the Kansai region of Japan. This podcast has two great purposes.
One is to share stories about being a medical student here in Japan.
And also for our students to share fun ideas, opinions, and information about Japanese culture to people all over the world.
Thanks a lot for listening. Okay, welcome back to Medical Student Life in Japan. I'm here with the number one second-year medical student, Koshiro.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm good.
You're good. Okay. It's Monday. So what are you up to today?
Today I had physiology class for whole day.
For a whole day?
Yeah,
One class.
one class.
Wow.
So I was sitting at auditorium for whole day and my back hurts a little.
Oh, your back hurts. Oh, I see. Was it just one teacher or
Two teachers.
two teachers? Okay. And then you maybe one session is 3 hours?
Yes.
Okay, so 6 hours?
Yeah.
Wow. And it's all second-year students?
All second year students.
All second-year students today. Okay. You must be tired. Oh, yeah. But maybe they need to pack a lot of information
Yeah.
into one time slot. So
Mm.
it's difficult because as we know, it's hard to absorb that much information
Yeah.
for anyone.
I couldn't understand. I think. I couldn't understand any of the class today.
I see. How about the content? Is the content really difficult, or it's very long that it's hard to?
And it has a lot of information, and most of them are very new to me.
I see.
So, like, teacher explain at once, so I couldn't absorb all of them.
Oh, I see.
and-
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you taking some notes?
Yeah, I took some notes,
Yeah,
but
of course. Yeah, but it's hard to
Yeah.
get everything.
I didn't understand it.
I see. And then that was today. And then how about tomorrow? What's going on tomorrow?
Tomorrow I will have a test for anatomy class.
Anatomy class.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Is that difficult?
Not so difficult.
Not so difficult.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the test in a little more detail? For example, what are they trying to test you on? Is it just for example, vocabulary related to anatomy, or is it more of like a experimental test, like some kind of a dissection, and you have to explain the details?
We had sketch class
I see.
before, and
Mhm.
at that time we used microscope and look some organs
Mhm.
and draw some picture.
I see.
And so we know what organ looks like.
Yeah.
So at tomorrow's test, the teacher will show us some picture
Okay.
and write the name of the organ
Mm.
in the test sheet,
Yes.
and also answer some the part that, for example, in deodorant,
Mhm.
there's many cells
Right.
like Panette cell
Mhm.
or some goblet cells.
Mhm.
So first, a teacher show us the picture, and
Right.
for example, I answer deodorant, and then teacher will point some cells and ask what this cell's name.
I see. So, for example, will this be like a paper
Yes.
test? And so on the test will be a picture of the organ, or they'll show it on some kind of screen?
They will show on the screen.
On the screen. And then the teacher will say, okay, number one, what organ is this?
Yes.
Right. Write the answer you think it is.
Yeah.
And then the next question might be, okay, now you've labeled the organs. what are some of the more detailed features of each
Yeah.
organ? Oh, okay, yeah. So, yeah, that's tricky because maybe it's two skills. One is maybe memorization. You learn lots of vocabulary terms, but also being able to look at the picture of the organ and
Yeah.
understanding which one
judging
it is.
skills.
Yeah, judging skills. Yeah, because maybe if you haven't studied hard, maybe some of them are hard to
Yeah.
figure out, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Some look same.
Some look kind
Yeah.
of similar, right? Yeah. So I remember this student talking about this a couple of years ago, and some students had some really amazing sketches.
Oh.
I thought that was maybe an advantage to this class to be able to sketch really well.
Oh.
And then some students, maybe drawing is really hard. So yeah, and they were complaining that, oh, we have to draw the pictures of these organs. I can't draw any pictures.
Yeah.
But my classmate, she's such a great drawer and her sketches are so good. Yeah, I do remember that. Okay, so you have a test tomorrow.
Yes.
And now we're at kind of mid-July. In first year, so our other podcast members will be having lots of exams.
Yeah.
How about in second year?
So if the tomorrow test is over,
Yeah.
the next test will be in the beginning of September.
Okay. Yeah, I see.
I have tests from September 1st to September 12th.
I see. And how many tests will you have? About
5 subjects.
5 subjects. Okay. Now, the interesting thing about that is, in my mind, August around that time is kind of a summer
Yes.
break, right?
Yeah.
For many teachers and of course students as well. So to have all of your tests right after
Yeah.
the summer break is quite stressful, no?
Yes. So I have to keep in mind for studying for all the vacation. So
summer vacation.
yeah.
I think that's really interesting, probably interesting to our listeners is, maybe the regular college student, after they complete their exams, they have a longer summer break.
Yeah.
Most other universities in Japan maybe have a couple months.
Yes.
2 months maybe. And then in medical college, maybe about 1 month.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In reality.
Also first year students only have 1 month. Maybe.
Yeah, about 1 month. And then on top of that, for second year students and maybe some other years, you need to be studying.
Yes.
Yeah. So even though it's a summer break, it's not really a break because you have to be ready for the exam. So it means to be a medical college student, you have to be very committed, or a genius.
Yeah.
So some students, depending on the student, some students maybe they don't need to study as much, but I think for most.
But actually, medical term is just most of the term is remembering. So
Yeah.
even though and someone is genius, it is still difficult.
It's still difficult.
Yeah.
I think you're right. So, well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you the next question. What are your plans for summer vacation? But it sounds like maybe studying. Do you have any other plans besides that?
Yeah, I have some plan.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I have table tennis competition.
Oh, cool.
In the beginning of August.
Oh, nice.
And also, I will go to Tokyo Disneyland with my family.
Okay.
Yeah.
In August?
In the middle of August.
Middle of August. Must be hot.
Yeah, very hot, I think.
Maybe hottest time of year.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Disneyland used to have some water event.
Yeah.
So
was it Water World or
it
was some kind of show? But
not. I think that is USJ.
Oh, is that USJ?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And in Disneyland, the staff or other character, use some hose or shower.
Oh, kind of spray you to cool
yeah.
down. Yeah.
So it is hot in the summer, but it was still cool.
Yeah.
But because still the coronavirus
situation, they don't let you be hosed down. Oh, so why?
I think it's very hot.
Yeah, I wonder why that doesn't seem like that would be so bad too.
So I think if people become wet they cannot wear
Ah.
mask. So
Good point.
So-
Good point. They want the people to keep wearing the
Yeah.
masks.
I think so.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Because
Or,
if you're wearing the mask and someone's spraying you
yeah,
with water, yeah, it's not going to be
or
good.
like people will like eager to get water.
Yeah. So
so,
crowd
yeah.
closer together. Yeah. Okay. I see. Yeah. So yeah, speaking of the corona situation, it seems like the cases are kind of
Yeah.
increasing a lot in
In-
Japan.
Yeah, in Tokyo it's very increasing now.
Yeah, yeah. I saw a recent statistic. Maybe one day was like 40 or 50,000 in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So how do you feel about that? Now we're kind of, I think many parts of the world have loosened up quite a bit about
yeah.
how to react in the pandemic, and maybe many places are no longer wearing masks, and in Japan still for the most part people are.
Yeah. Actually, I don't around me,
Yeah.
most people don't like infected to coronavirus now. So for me, like coronavirus is over for yeah.
It kind of feels like it should be over.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's like it's still there. People are still wearing masks all the time in Japan.
Yeah, it's difficult for me to imagine that there's still people who get infected to coronavirus in Japan.
Or to have like a serious.
Yeah.
I mean, people are still getting infected, of course, but yeah, it's a tricky situation.
Yeah.
And as we just discussed, Japan is very hot in summer, so it's complicated.
Yeah.
To have to wear the masks, and
I think mask can kill people.
yeah, right. I mean, with the heat, if people are wearing a mask and they're not breathing, so
yeah, now I don't wear mask at outside.
yeah, well, that's a good idea. I think I agree with it. I also try not to, or I don't want to wear a mask.
I cannot.
Yeah. Yeah, so hopefully things will improve. I mean, on the good side, Japan, if you look at the very serious cases or deaths have always been very low. And so although of course there have been a lot of cases in Japan, I don't think many people percentage wise are getting really sick or dying, even though Japan has a large elderly population, for example. So I think, yeah, it's getting better here.
Yeah.
And it just takes time. Sometimes Japan takes a little bit longer. So
yeah. And I think the number of people is increasing, like infecting number is increasing, but I think it's still lower than other like America or other countries.
Well, actually now if you look at the daily statistics, that's not true. Japan is actually
but actually no.
Oh, for serious.
The peak of or in America or England was more high.
Yes.
So
yes, that's true.
Even if it is a lot for Japan, I think it's still
lower than some other countries. Yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right. Although I guess we have to just wait and see, because this could be they're saying the beginning of the next wave, so who knows, but yeah, it seems like you're right. Yeah, it's still overall much lower than some other places. Yeah. Okay, well, how about we that's kind of a sour note to finish our conversation.
Yeah.
But we had a nice chat, talking about your study, summer trip.
Yeah.
I hope you have a great time, even though you can't get cooled down at Tokyo Disney. How many days are you staying for?
2 days.
2 days. Will you visit both of the theme parks?
Yeah.
Because for our audience, anyways, in Tokyo, there's Disneyland and then there's Disney Sea.
Yeah.
And it's basically like 2 theme parks in the same place.
Yeah.
So a lot of people tend to go to both if they can. So okay. And then maybe spend the night at a nice hotel and have some nice food and I hope you have a great time. I'm planning on going back to the States with my daughter, and so very looking forward to that. It's been for me, it's been 3 years since I've been home. So we'll finish up the podcast here, but when we come back in September, let's get back together again.
Yeah.
And we can hopefully we have some good memories from summertime, and the corona thing has calmed down even more, and that you do very well on your exams.
So the next class in the next class, I think I already finished the test, so maybe
either you'll be very happy or
Yeah.
very sad.
I'm much more excited, maybe.
Hopefully excited. Yeah, hopefully that's what I hope, because I know you do. I know you study hard, so I'm sure
Yeah.
you'll do well, and we'll have a lot of fun things to talk about then. So see you then, Koshiro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See you.